Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular scheduled council meeting for Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. Let the record show all councilors are present tonight. Could we do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could I get approval of the agenda?
So moved.
So moved by Councilor Bayless.
Support.
Support by Councilor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We'll move on to approval of the minutes. Number one, approve the minutes of the Hibbing City Council meeting, December 3rd, 2025. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Fossil.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes of the Hibbing City Council Workshop, December 3rd, 2025. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Approved accounts payable dated December 12, 2025, checks number 181606 through 181724, and drafts totaling $2,334,293.27. To approve city payroll for the pay period ending November 28, 2025, in the amount of $640,039.07. 3, approve the comp police school payout paid December 12, 2025 in the amount of $115,995.44. Authorize Milliman to prepare the valuation of the city post-employment benefit program OPEB for fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025 and December 31st, 2026 in the amount of $14,800. Approve the posting of one full-time equipment operator, one position for Public Works. Approve the modified position classification and grades effective January 1st, 2026. 7, approve the 2026 fee schedule. 8, approve the professional service agreement with GLG Architects for the Hibbing Recreation Center to perform feasibility, pre-design, and site selection service. 9 has been voided. 10, approve the professional service agreement with Adolph and Peterson Construction for the City Hall window project. 11, approve the mayor to sign a letter of support for HRA of Hibbing, Section 18, application for Cobb Cook Place Apartments and Masabi Manor, currently known as Haven Court Apartments. 12, authorize the mayor to sign the letter of support for St. Louis County's #1 legislative priority, Canyon Integrated Solid Waste Management Campus, SF 330, House Files 573. 13, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support to the U.S. Department of Commerce for the U.S. Highway 169 Stormwater Mitigation Project. 14, approve the resolution number 25-12-08 approving memorandum of understanding between the City of Hibbing and AFSCME Local Union number 791. 15, approve the raffle print application request of the Greenhaven Parent Teacher Organization to hold a raffle on February 27, 2026 at the Greenhaven School. 16, authorize the hire of Michael Surgeord for full-time equipment operator, one position, pending pre-employment contingencies. 17, authorize the mayor to sign the request for proposal response to Range Regional Animal Rescue. 18, set the next Hibbing City Council regular and reorganizational meeting for Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 5 p.m. in the Hibbing City Hall Council Chambers. 19, set the next Hibbing City Council workshop meeting for Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 following the 5 p.m. regular meeting in the Hibbing City Hall Council Chambers. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read and published.
We have a motion by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman.
Support.
Support by Councilor Fossil. At this time, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Candy, there's nothing for public forum tonight?
Correct.
Okay, from then, we'll go on to boards and commissions, and I have one thing to read here before we start. The selection policy, round 1, all councilors get one nomination or a second. If their candidate does not receive a second, they can nominate a second or second another candidate. The city clerk will keep track of all votes. If there's no candidates that receive a second, the city council would open meeting for discussion to see if someone would reconsider and second a nomination. If this process breaks down, the city council would then re-advertise for more candidates or conduct more interviews of existing candidates. Council action would be required. One thing I want to say is I was asked to sit in on all the interviews this year, and I enjoyed it. The staff that asked the questions, I enjoyed the passion that just about every one of our candidates showed. You could tell they were committed to our community, wanting to be involved. It was a very enjoyable time for me to listen to what they have to say and to see the interaction between my staff, the city staff, and our candidates. So at this time, I will open up for a one-year term ending December 31st for the Hibbing Chisholm Airport Authority. I will be a tiebreaker if needed. Are there any, I'm calling for a candidate for nomination for Hibbing Chisholm Airport Authority.
I would nominate Mike Furlong.
We have a motion. We have a motion by Councilor Schreiber for Mike Furlong. Is there support?
Support.
There's support by Councilor Faso. Okay. Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Dwayne Swanson.
We have a nomination for Dwayne Swanson by Councilor Whitney. Is there a second?
I would support that.
Okay, we have a second by Councilor Bayless. So they will move through. Is there any other candidates? Any other nominations? One more time, are there any other nominations? So we'll move on to Mr. Furlong first. And we have a nomination from Councilor Schweiberger, supported by Councilor Faso. We should probably go individually then.
Yep, roll
Yep.
call vote.
So would you do roll call?
I
Ms.
definitely
Sepulveda?
will. Yep. So tonight, we are starting with Counselor Chris Whitney
This is for Mr. Furlong.
for
Yes.
Mike Furlong.
Well, I nominated Mr. Swanson, so not saying I don't support Mr. Furlong, but at this round, no.
Okay. Counselor Faso.
Yes.
Counselor Schweiberger.
Yes.
Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor, oh, I'm sorry, I went about this the wrong way.
It's still yes.
Yeah. Counselor Hoffman Sackaman.
I would like to clarify from the attorney, may I vote on this?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, that would be 4 votes. So we wouldn't need, or actually, it's 5. We would not need the mayor's
Okay.
tying vote, but if you want.
Did you ask Jay?
Mr.
About
Oh,
Jay?
did I not?
No.
Jay.
See, I really screwed it up. Sorry. Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay. And then.
Well, with 5
so-
votes, it passes.
Yes. So do you want to also place your vote on there?
I will sustain. I think they were both outstanding.
Okay.
I would have been happy with either one. And I know Mr. Furlong has done a great job in the past and will continue to do a great job moving forward.
Perfect.
And as I mentioned earlier, everybody who spoke in the meetings was very, very passionate and very, very outstanding.
Thank you.
So,
Yes, both of them reached out to me, so it's not like I favored
Yep.
Mr. Swanson or Mr. Furlong. I think they both would be assets, and I hope Mr. Swanson
Yep.
applies again.
so do I. You did a great job. As did Mr. Antonich and Mr. Thompson.
Mayor?
Yes.
I'd also just like to say that we will have another round at this time next year, and so we will keep those on file, encouraging others also to apply, but that, you know, we had a really good round of applicants, so thank you for helping out too.
Very good. All right, we will move on to the Gambling Commission, but we do not have enough applicants to make a full decision at this time. We need 3 applicants. We only had 1. So what we will do, we will hold Mr. Violet's application until further notice that we should receive any other applicants.
Thank you.
All right. 3, the Heritage Preservation Commission. We had 1, which was Ms. Degnan, but the applicant is not a local architect or a planning commission member, which is what we needed for the Heritage Preservation Commission. So at this time, we will not move forward with that application.
But we will keep it on file.
But we will keep it on file.
Thank you.
Yes. 4, we move on to Hibbing Economic Development Authority, HEDA. It's 1 6-year term beginning April 1st, 2026, ending December 31st, 2031. We have Mr. Corey Lubovich, Mr. Jim Skulski, Mr. Kalen Steele, who had to withdraw his application, and Ms. Stacy Steinberg. So again, outstanding applicants, outstanding interviews. At this time, I'm going to call for nominations.
Mayor,
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Yes.
I'll motion for Jim Skalsky to be.
Okay, we have a motion for Mr. Skulski. Do we have support?
Support.
Okay,
Go ahead, Jim.
we have support from Counselor Whitney. Are there any other nominations? Second time, are there any other nominations at this time? Are there any other nominations? Well, with no other nominations, we should do the vote.
Yep. So I'm going to get this one right this time. Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger,
Yes.
Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman-Sackeman.
Yes.
Thank you.
If I was a deciding vote, I
Yeah.
would make a vote. All right, so Mr. Jim Skalski. 5, we move on to Housing and Redevelopment Authority. At this time, we just have one applicant for a 5-year term, and that is Darlene Mikich. So do we need to just have a vote on her, or she just passes through?
We actually will have someone make the motion
Nominate,
and
okay?
support. Yep.
So we need a nomination from a counselor.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Bayless for Ms. Mikich,
Support.
support by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. At this time, would you do a roll call vote?
I definitely will. Thank you. Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger, Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman-Sackeman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. The next, we move on to the Human Rights Commission, 2 3-year terms ending December 31st, 2028. Applicants are Tiffany Schleppergrill and Wendy Griffiths. We do need nominations.
I'll nominate Tiffany Schleppergrill.
We have a nomination from Jennifer Hoffman-Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Schweberger. Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Wendy Griffiths.
We have a nomination for Wendy Griffiths from Counselor Faso. Support?
Support.
Support from Counselor Whitney. So we have 2 nominations. Any other nominations? That, we only had the 2, so we should be able to go to vote.
Yes, and if you're okay with that, I would like to do both of them at the same time, if that's okay, yeah, Mr. Borland?
That's fine if the council is going to approve the slate unless for some reason they're going to vote no as to one particular individual, so.
Are you okay with
Why
that?
don't- I think we have 2, but
Yeah.
I
Do you want me
think
to
you
do
should
them
go
separately?
individual, please.
Okay,
Yep.
sure. Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger,
Yes.
Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman-Sackeman.
Yes.
So that would be for Tiffany Schleppergrill.
Tiffany Schleppergrill,
Yep,
yes.
3-year term ending 12/31/2028. And then I'm going to, Wendy Griffiths, Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger,
Yes.
Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman-Sackeman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we move on to the City Planning Commission. A 1 3-year term ending December 31st. We had 1 applicant, Mr. Jared Lubin. We need a nomination.
I'll nominate Jared Lubin.
We have nomination from Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Hildebrand. So we'll go to a vote.
Sure. Counselor Whitney,
Yes.
Counselor Faso,
Yes.
Counselor Schweberger.
Yes.
Counselor Bayless.
Yes.
Counselor Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Counselor Hoffman-Sackeman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, that being said, I really want to thank Jim Skalski and all those that put in for HEDA, but congratulations to Jim, Housing Redevelopment Authority, Darlene Mikich, Human Rights Commission, Tiffany Schleppergrill and Wendy Griffiths, Planning Commission, Jared Lubin, for their seat on these boards, which is really important for our city moving forward. I also want to thank Greg Violette and Kelly Degnan for also applying, and also Mike Furlong for the Hibbing Chisholm Airport Authority and for the outstanding applicants that we had for this year.
Mayor?
Yes.
If I could just jump in on this. So we've done this now, this is the second time. I did speak with a couple of the counselors. I think the next time that we do this, we're going to like videotape them and then send them out to you, just so that, like, we can be in there, but if you're not in there, you don't get to like see what they're, or hear what they're saying directly, or see what they're doing, or just like everything about them that you would want to see.
Yeah.
We're giving you the high level of what their strengths are, and after hearing from the council, I think it's a really good idea for us to do that.
I agree, rather than just a written word
Right.
of what their responses were, they're going to see the passion behind their words.
Correct.
And that's what you're basically
Yeah.
saying.
And I will tell you, I mean, from my standpoint, like, people were really passionate this year of, showing their passion for whether it was the airport or HEDA or just the city in general. It was really neat to see.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you, Candy. And at this time, I will move on, under myself, a summary of conclusion, a mayor's council report of evaluation, performance of a city Hibbing employee pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.05 subdivision 3A. On December 3rd, 2025, the City Council in a meeting evaluated the performance of Kelly Qualley as a city employee. In accordance with Minnesota Open Meeting Law, the City Council is required to summarize this conclusion of the evaluation of the performance of Ms. Qualley reached by the City Council at the December 3rd, 2025 meeting at its next open meeting, which is tonight. Conclusion, the City Council concluded that Kelly Qualley was not qualified and unable to perform all essential functions of equipment operator. The City Council approved a motion that Kelly Qualley be removed from employment at the City of Hibbing effective December 3rd, 2025, which will be her last date of employment with the city for non-disciplinary reasons as specified in City Administrator Greg Pasinski's letter to Kelly Qualley on November 26, 2025. Again, I want to thank Ms. Qualley for her years of service and the best moving forward. At this time, we will move on to department committee reports. First, it is City Engineer, Mr. Story.
Mayor, if I
Yes.
could just jump in. So we did add like the mayor and council reports, if you don't mind, if anyone.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yep, all right. I
We're
see
gonna-
what you did
We're
there.
gonna leave
Very
that
good.
on there, so for those of you on other boards, if you want to, report to the rest of the council.
Very
and
good.
the
Let's start
residents.
with HPU and
Thank
Mr.
you.
Bayless.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, it's actually really good timing. So Hibbing Public Utilities has been dealing with the lead service line issues for the last couple months or so. We did schedule a town hall meeting. It's going to be held at the Memorial Building Little Theater on Tuesday, I believe it is, January 12th. You can check me on the day of the week, but it's January 12th at 6 p.m. Myself, staff from HPU, some of the engineers that we're working with will be there. I'm hoping somebody from the city will show up as well to be there. So you can ask
that
any
Monday?
questions, voice any
Yeah, I will be
concerns. Yeah, perfect. Good.
I think it's Monday.
Is it Monday?
It's
I'm
Monday.
sorry, okay.
Yep. The 12th.
Monday,
January
the
12th.
12th.
Yep.
Yeah, at 6 p.m.
So is that something that we also would want to authorize the council?
Yes, we would need to do that
Yeah.
So
because of
we
that
could get
timeframe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, just so we do it right now, so
Yep.
we don't forget.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect.
So I would just need a motion and a.
you want to make that motion?
I will, I'll make
Yep.
that motion, yeah, for the council to attend
Yep.
that meeting on January 12th.
Thank
At
you.
the Little Theater in the
Yep.
Memorial Building.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Support, please.
Support.
Support by Counselor Schweberger.
Thank you.
Okay, hearing the motion, and we have support. Any discussion?
What time is it at?
6 p.m.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yep. Mr. Faso, Rams? Anything from Rams?
I've got nothing.
Okay,
I do, though.
okay.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say thank you, and what a great meeting that was, or the annual dinner this past, what was it, last week for the Rams?
Last
meeting.
Wednesday or
Yeah, It was
Thursday, yeah.
great, and it had great attendance as well.
Last Thursday, yeah. All right. Mr. Schweberger,
I'm good.
anything else from airport or anything that you sit on?
Yes, we had a meeting last night, another great meeting. Barrett is in the audience this evening, and probably in either January or February, he's going to compile a report that shows how much work they do securing outside funding So he'll be able to show all those 95% that somebody else is paying at the federal level and what the local match is. So I'm looking forward to him presenting that
Very
next year.
good.
Thank you.
Counselor Whitney?
I was put on, my gosh, Betsy, what's the acronym again? ARDC. I attended 3 of the 4 meetings down in Hermantown. As a town of over 10,000 people, we get a seat on that commission and learn a lot, and they seem to be getting their feet back under them, and hopefully we can utilize them going forward here for some economic development and some funding and loans for small businesses.
Good. So they're a regional provider then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mr. Hildebrand?
I'm good.
All right. I'm good at this time. I am a mayor's meeting. I'm on the 169 Coalition. We are working hard to secure funding to finish the last 8 miles of 169 between Pengilly and Highway 7, the scenic highway. So, again, a lot of funding. We're moving forward, but we're moving forward very slowly. So.
Thank you very much.
All right. So at that time then, we'll move again now on to committee reports, department. Mr. Story.
Mayor, Council, the city is applying for the EDA Disaster Relief Grant for the Highway 169 41st Street Stormwater Project. Within your packet is a commitment for funding for the project. So there's an 80-20 grant. So 20% of the project is covered with city funds. That equates to about $480,000. The city's portion of the project is $2.4 million. We are the applicant on the grant. MnDOT is the co-applicant, so they'll have 20% of their share of the project.
Also.
So I'm asking for the council to authorize the mayor to sign the commitment letter for the funding for this project.
Very good. Hearing what Mr. Story had to say, an important stormwater mitigation project for the city, Hibbing on the south side of town. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved by Councilor Fossil.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mr. Borland.
Mayor, members of the council, I believe within your packet, you should find a proposed ordinance that would modify our section 2.49 of our city code with respect to salaries for the mayor and council. I believe at the last working session, there was a discussion came up about those numbers. And so the proposed numbers in the new ordinance would leave the mayors, I believe, at the same amount, $900 per month. There'd be a slight increase with regard to the city council. They'd be at $730 a month. That matched the feedback we got as to the mayors wanting to hold the same and the to bring up the salary for the council to the average of those other ones per the feedback we got. So that's what's posted here for your consideration this evening. If in fact you approve the ordinance, it would need to be published in the paper before it's effective.
Okay. Hearing what so we need a motion right now for ordinance that Mr. Borland just discussed. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Swyburn.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any other discussion?
Mayor?
Yes?
While I'm going to be a no, I support, I think what people do up here is, we don't get enough, and it's deserving, but I didn't get in it for the money, and in these tough times, like, no matter how insignificant, I don't need it.
Very good.
Mr. Mayor, I thought what was going to come forward was that, depending on what the budget was going to be in 2026, to see if there was even funds available to do that. Isn't that kind of how we talked about that at the workshop? That we could change that? Based on if there's, I'm getting a, I
Well,
thought we had that conversation.
I do know that Councillor Hoffman-Sackerman, you did bring it up. I know this was to affect in '27. So is this something that, I thought that Attorney Borland said that we could approve it now.
Right. So Councilor Hopps, you're correct that the ordinance was going to go into effect not until 2027. There was a discussion about we could take it up now. You could take it up during 2026, but it was asked to be brought forward at this time. So yes, you could modify what is here between now and the start of 2027. You just have to do this before next November, the next election with regard
Yes.
to these proceedings.
So what I'm hearing you say that I could vote no in 2026,
If in
If
fact
I
it
chose
comes,
to.
if it comes back up.
if it comes back up.
Right.
Okay,
If it gets passed now, the number in 2027 for city councilors would be 730 per month. If the council changes it during most of 2026, then it'll revert to something else.
Yeah. That's the way I understood what you said. It was just to move something forward, and then we looked at our funding for 2027 during the 26 budget year, at the end of the 26 budget year, and then you can revisit it. So, is everybody comfortable with that explanation? All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we move on to B.
So Mayor, members of the council, so this is not the most revised one, Candy. There were a number today, so there was one subsequent to that. Mayor, members of the council, I've been asked by the city administrator to sit in on the what's called Blight meetings every Thursday. So we discussed a property at 2028 3rd Avenue East. There's substantial issues with regard to that property, but with respect to blight, I received a report from Deputy Chief Swersler indicating there is substantial blight, and he has determined that that blight in and of itself is a dangerous condition that should be addressed with regard to the property. I think Ms. Sepulveda sent around a proposed resolution, which has been tweaked since this one was prepared earlier today, and so references with regard to other things with regard to the building itself have been deleted from that. And so the resolution is simply with regard to the blight and to potentially ask the council to issue an order or direct Ms. Sepulveda to execute an order directing that blight be addressed. And if it fails to be addressed, then the city could move forward with a court proceeding to try and vacate the blight itself if that doesn't get addressed. There are other issues with regard to the property, and I think Mr. Swersler and Mr. Green are going to coordinate some of the posting and things that will happen there. But with regard to this is simply as to blight issues.
Okay, hearing what, so we can still, this is just an update.
Well, I would like the motion approved
Okay.
tonight, but it's a resolution that two of the bullet points that are referred to in the proposed ones you passed
not
down
in this
have now been deleted from
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay, hearing what Mr. Borland had to say, wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Schreiber,
I'll support it.
support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes.
Andy, what was the address on that?
2820 3rd Avenue East,
Just the one with all the cars?
right next door.
Yeah, yeah.
It might have cars spilling over onto it, but it's right next door to that car.
I got a lot of phone calls on that property, so.
All right. Well, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Andy. Number C.
Mayor, members of the council, also I believe within your packet is a land use regulation ordinance, and this is specifically with regard to the Chisholm-Hibbing Airport. Last year, the airport put together a committee. Mr. Zemer worked and asked for input from Ms. Olavante and Mr. Green are both on that committee along with other individuals to redraft our airport ordinance and to bring it up into compliance so that our ordinance will help the airport qualify for grants and just bring it up to speed at this time. So after that committee met a number of times and they had after they came up with this ordinance, it then went to the Planning Commission for consideration. The Planning Commission approved it after a public hearing, which was required because it's one of our ordinances. And so now it's here for your consideration this evening to upgrade our ordinance 11.39. It's a new ordinance, but it's all as to the airport. Thank you.
Okay. Any other, hearing what Mr. Borland had to say regarding the ordinance updating for the Hibbing Chisholm Airport? Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman,
Support.
support by Councilor Fossil. Any discussion? Any other discussion?
Was there any feedback from residents out there?
I have not heard anything.
So, Councilor Whitley, I actually watched on HPAT, I watched the public hearing. There were individuals, I think mostly I would say that they were looking for information to explain, like, was there a plan in place to change or modify anything with regard to the airport right now or something to that? And people had concerns or questions about the height of the trees or buildings because these are new restrictions placed in. And Mr. Zemer tried to address those that evening, and his consultant did. And I thought he allayed their concerns, but, and then other people that I think that lived north of Highway 37 were also concerned with regard to just exactly, like, was there some planned development? And there was indication there isn't a planned development that would impact them at this point in time. It was just to bring this ordinance into effect, to bring it up and upgrade it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Barrett, I see you're in the audience. If you don't mind if I had you come up and just kind of, just to summarize what Councilor Whitney just asked, if you've had any dialogue with anybody.
Mayor Iduk and members of the council, Barrett Zemer, Executive Director of the Chisholm Hibbing Airport Authority. And yes, the Airport Authority's land use safety zoning, which was approved in the early 90s by the city, and the city of Hibbing acts as the administrator for that land use zoning, and still does today. The state, however, the commissioner of the Department of Transportation back then, they did not approve that land use zoning because of a policy issue that occurred where one of the boxes did not get checked. And so it's been on the airport's to-do list for many times, or for many years. And yes, the airport's ability to get funding from the Department of Aeronautics through the state could be limited without this, but airports are required to have airport land use zoning by the state of Minnesota. We followed their statute, which was revised during the committee's work, and so we just followed the state's land use zoning statute as it was just recently approved. I think this also affects some of St. Louis counties, specifically Cherry and Lavelle townships. So we reached out to both of those townships with certified letters and resolutions, inviting them to be a part of the committee. They opted to have the county represent them for their zoning. We advertised the public hearing following the state statute requirements, and had probably 18 to 20 people here. And I think we answered their questions the best that we can. At the end, there's without getting into too many details, unless you want me to get into the weeds, this is land use safety zoning, nothing to do with on the ground. This has to do with the airspace. And so there's an A and a B zone off the ends of both runways. Our primary runway, using the new state statutes, we're actually able to reduce the length of those safety zones, therefore making it less restrictive to private property owners. The crosswind runway stayed exactly the same because of its length is barely 3,000 feet. And then the outer limit, the C zone, which is more of just a height limitation, that's more of a federally regulated area by height. So just following the state statutes, next step, if this were to get approved tonight, the county will also ratify the zoning ordinance. Then we will send it to the Commissioner of Department of Transportation for their approval, and then it would take effect at that time.
Mr. Zemer, thank you for that explanation,
Any
for adding to the conversation. Any questions for him?
No.
Very good, thank you. Appreciate you being here. All right, we have a motion
In a second.
Get a motion in a second, Mayor.
Yep.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. D,
And D is actually A. There was a repetitive, so.
okay. Okay, so we need a motion for that also?
No,
for-
that's already been
That is
passed.
done. All
That's
right,
been
very
addressed.
good.
Thanks.
All right, at this time then, we move on to City Administrator, Mr. Krasinski. Anything on, yep, you're already ready to go. Thank you.
In fact, I do have something from my office this evening. So, Mayor, City Council, thank you. Welcome to the last meeting of the year. On behalf of city staff and many of our partners, some of which are here this evening, I would like to present to the City Council our annual report. It's on the dais, looks like this, and for our people that are watching at home, it is also posted on our website if you want to take a peek at it. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go through every single page. I'm going to highlight a few things, talk a little bit about 26, and then we'll move on. First thing I want to do, thank you to city staff. You know, we have about 135 city staff, give or take one or two. Every one of those people has put their fingerprint on this report. I just happen to have the privilege of presenting it to the city council and our residents tonight. Thank you to the city council and the mayor. You guys have been great partners, very supportive of staff and trying to move things forward here in Hibbing. And then most importantly, thank you to our citizens who are critical to this thing happening as well. I always say to people, that's who we work for, are our residents. Again, it's a privilege to serve the people of Hibbing, so thank you so much for that. So I just put together a few slides. I'll hit them each individually really quickly in the interest of time, but so this slide is actually reflected on page 4 of the report. It highlights some of the outside investment that has come into Hibbing outside of the city of Hibbing as an organization. There are some of our local foundations that have contributed, but the point is our staff has been able to come together about $4 million in additional capital investment for our community. There's a list of all of those contributors on this page. I wanted to point that out for our city council and our residents. Slide number 2, page 5 and 6, talks a little bit about city services and creating an affordable reinvestment plan for our facilities. This highlights the memorial building. Remember, we had substantial contribution to make that happen. The point of this is capital plan to reinvest in the community, also recognizing the public-private partnership that we have developed in this community to make these things happen. This next slide depicts construction activity for 2025. I would bring you to the bottom line number. $53+ million in construction activity. This is gathered through building permit information, et cetera. But the point is, a lot of activity going on here in Hibbing when it comes to construction. People want to invest in the community. I just think it's a really good indicator of what's going on here locally. Slide 4 represents pages 10 through 14. Again, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not hitting all of the departments, but I'm trying to give people a flavor for what this report reflects. Investment in core services, in this case, police, fire, ambulance services. Remember, we've got a construction project going on here to build a new public safety center. That construction has begun. We plan to deliver that in the fall of 2026 to our residents, hopefully by the end of the construction season in 2026. This 5th slide, you can see on page 19, highlights some of our housing investment going on in Hibbing. This is only one sector and one project, but I wanted to point to this one. This is the Cobb Cook Place. It's being sponsored by our local HRA. Jackie Prescott is the driving force behind this. This project, by the time it's done, will be $26 million plus dollars in Hibbing. Most of those dollars will be from outside sources. Highlighting because housing in this community, the Iron Range, the Airhead region, is definitely a challenge. I want our residents to know that we are trying to address that at all of the different segments. And this is one of those projects that's going to help us do that. So, slide 6 isn't actually in the report. It's a little bit of a look into the future, what we want to be able to accomplish in 2026. Left to right, right to left, Highway 169, left side, top to bottom, Highway 73. The reason I bring this up, we're talking about capital investment in Hibbing. This is a neighborhood that not only is prime for capital investment, but it's actually happening. 3 big box stores within earshot of one another. We've got a movie theater. I know there's several retail stores that support transportation, car wash, tire shop, strip mall, restaurants, coffee shop. The point being is this is only going to continue to grow in this area. And this is the way that we are going to do it and continue to fan the flames of development, if you will. I would point to the top left of this slide, intersection 169, 73. To me, that's prime for something like a truck stop, some sort of a food location and whatnot, but something that I think we should continue to pursue, challenge ourselves to bring that to fruition. So this next slide, also not in your handbook. I really want to point to this. This is the type of thing that gets me really excited. America 250, if you're not aware, we celebrate July 4, 1776, coming up here in a few months. America turns 250 years old, Hibbing/133. It's something that we're planning as staff. We'll be presenting to City Council. We're going to incorporate various activities. Likely it'll be in conjunction with our summer celebration coming up in July, but wanted to bring that to your attention, do a little commercial for it with our residents, make sure that everybody's kind of thinking about America 250 coming up in 2026. So with that, City Council, I will yield to any questions that you may have. This is actually the first page in our annual report. Thank you for your support, City Council, and of course, to our local residents. So with that, if I have any questions, I can certainly address those.
Councilors? Since he's open for questions, you should have those right now. Greg, one thing I want to mention too is reinvestment of existing businesses, and Android being a good example. When you look at the interest we had in just trellis relighting the Android sign, what that meant to a lot of people, the history it brought back, the feelings it brought back, but that a reinvestment of 12 plus $13 million roughly in that range, Lee Center, major upgrade. So besides new construction, we're also reinvesting existing construction, and then of course our 400 block project, which we're in the process of doing, plus others. So. I thank you for the report. I enjoyed your pamphlet and very comprehensive of what we're trying to do. Thank you.
Just
Yes,
one quick
Council.
question. If a resident wants to get this, how are they going to get this information?
Well, that's a great question. Go right to our website. There's an electronic version there. We'd be happy to make a hard copy for anybody that would like one.
Perfect.
And we will be sending this out to various collaborators and partners, so.
Councilors, anything else?
Thank you. Really good work.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, well, thank you. So at that time, we'll go finally, we'll close out with bids and quotes, and I would assume you're going to handle it, Mr. Story? All right.
Mayor, Council, I'm asking the council to approve the purchase of rotors, stators, drive shaft seal kits, and gear joint kits to Liberty Process Equipment in the amount of $10,786. This is restocking our parts for the coming year. These are very common parts that are used at the treatment plant, so I'm asking for council approval.
Hearing what Mr. Story had to say regarding Liberty Process Equipment, wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Fossil. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Before adjournment, I just want to thank the council, all city staff for a great 2025 year. I think we've done a lot of fine things with the city. We're moving in the right direction. And thank you all and the residents for being supportive of all the reports and things where we've asked for community support, and we've had great input from our community residents. Thank you so much for caring about your community. With that, I'll look for adjournment.
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Bayless,
Support.
support by Counselor Schweber. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.